Tennessee Children's Hospital, we know that time is precious, but some times are better than others. That's why we have 4 urgent care facilities with pediatric experts ready to get you back to better in no time.
Let me take off that microphone and let's come back to this microphone. Happy Saturday, everybody. How's it going? It's 8:01 as we get our Saturday started. It is a nice, comfortable start to the day. Have you been outside yet? If you've not been outside yet, I'm telling you, it feels great this morning. Get some yard work done this morning, get some chores done. Once the dew starts to kind of evaporate off the grass, maybe a good morning to mow the grass and whatnot. And I say these things because, well, it's going to be incredibly hot. Now, that heat's going to continue to build, so if you've been with me for the last several days, or maybe you're just now tuning in for the first time, and welcome to Wake Up with Witcher, by the way. We do this every day. 8 o'clock Saturday and Sunday, 6 o'clock Monday through Friday, although we've had the discussion of going back to 7 o'clock on Monday through Friday, so we'll see what happens down the road. So you saw the beautiful view at the very beginning of the sunshine at KMNV, Monroe County Airport. Actually, I'll take you back out there and show you what that looks like here in just a second. There we go. That's a beautiful, it's gorgeous aviation day around East Tennessee. It's going to be absolutely amazing. The wind is going to be on the light side. We'll see a few afternoon fair weather cumulus clouds, but if you want to get up in the airplanes here today, it's going to be a perfect day to do so. I'm going to switch cameras on the fly because we do have some dense fog now showing up in Anderson County. And so some areas are continuing to see some dense fog here this morning. Let me fix this camera up here again. I got to keep fixing a couple of things. For some reason, we've got a few gremlins that just changed one little graphic, and I don't know why. Anyways, we'll continue to fix those on the fly. All right, so foggy conditions in Anderson County. We've got foggy conditions in other parts of East Tennessee, so we'll highlight that coming up here in just a moment. I know Roan Mountain has the Rhododendron Festival going on here this weekend, so if you're looking for something to do, you want to go support Roan Mountain that was affected by Helene, it's a great weekend to go support another local community here in East Tennessee. Let's go ahead and talk about the numbers from yesterday. I always like to keep us in check, keep myself in check, really, as a meteorologist. We made it to 86 degrees in Knoxville. I was forecasting 88. The previous day I had 87. I bumped it up to 88, and, well, we didn't even make it to 87. So there's that. So we had 83 in Crossville, 89 Chattanooga, 84 Tri-Cities. We didn't pick up any rainfall yesterday. And the good news is that ridge of high pressure dominates the weather pattern. High pressure brings us happy weather. Most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. Low pressure brings us lousy weather. Low, lousy, high, happy. And it's going to be a great lake weekend. Practice some boat safety, practice heat safety, practice lathering on the sunscreen this weekend. It's going to be the first weekend of some sunburned city. I promise you. I know a lot of folks are going to be going back to work on Monday going, ooh, that hurts. Ooh, that hurts. Not to mention the lakes are going to be slam packed this weekend. That's the other thing. Right? Because this is really going to be our first solid, good summer weekend that we're really not looking at any rainfall. So everybody's going to be mobbing the lakes here this weekend. And if you see the Witchers out there, we're going to be doing some paddleboarding tomorrow. My wife is working all weekend, but I'm going to take the kids paddleboarding. All right, so this morning we start off with temps in the 60s. It's comfortable. The air's dried out just a little bit from what we saw, most of last week, where we have dew points now in the low, mid, and low to mid 60s. Most of us are about, or maybe a couple areas, slightly cooler, a little bit warmer than the other locations, but similar to what we had yesterday. The fog's already starting to burn off. So this is your visibility map, again, from Anderson County up into Campbell and Claiborne County. We have some thick fog that's still hanging out with us here this morning. Good morning, Nathan. How are you this morning, my friend? All right, so here's your future cast. Now, we're not talking rain. I just kind of want to give you a general depiction of what the day is going to look like. The fog's going to burn off in some locations, so the fog starts to lift. We become kind of overcast and gray. The air starts to mix out. We become partly cloudy to mostly sunny. So if you have the fog, you're going to stick with the clouds for a little bit longer. If you don't have the fog this morning, you're going to have plenty of sunshine for most of the day. Now, as we get past the lunch hour, we heat up the air, right? Like a pot of boiling water. We heat up the air. We've got enough moisture in the atmosphere to produce some fair weather afternoon cumulus clouds. Just those little cotton balls floating in the sky. Now, the only caveat is over into North Carolina and maybe the national park. So if you have plans to be up in the national park today, don't be caught off guard if you get a thunderstorm. And one thing I want to point out here, if you are one that actually likes to hike Mount LeConte, go up to the higher elevations, do a lot of hiking, not everybody likes to, But if you like to, keep in mind you need to go earlier in the summer months because we get those afternoon thunderstorms to develop. Now, I'm not expecting a whole lot throughout the next several days, but it is a possibility. And so you don't want to be up at 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 feet in elevation when these thunderstorms develop. So if you have plans on doing Mount LeConte this summer, get up early, go up there, get down just shortly after lunchtime or around lunchtime. And it takes about 6-7 hours to do Mount LeConte. So you can clearly see our futurecast doesn't pick up on much. These are called diurnal thunderstorms. Over into North Carolina, probably a better chance for seeing maybe a few stray thunderstorms up towards, say, Hot Springs, North Carolina. Max Patch, if you want to do Max Patch, or near Tri-Cities anyway. So the possibility is there, but that's just literally nitpicking the forecast. But I want you to be aware that that is a possibility. Just not likely. All right, so by lunchtime, we're at 84. Forecast high temperature is going to top out in the low 90s today. Again, this could be our first 90-degree day of the season, which, by the way, if we hit 90 today, the National Weather Service was talking about it this morning. Let's see, where are my notes? If we hit 90 today, I'm trying to think. I'd have to double check on their numbers. I think if we hit 90 today, that's the longest time that we've not had 90-degree temperatures at the beginning of the summer season since 1997. So kind of a record-breaking. Speaking of records, we're not really looking at record-breaking highs over the next 7 days, even though it's going to be hot. Let me explain the heat index value. Remember that the heat index value combines the air temperature and the dew point. So the higher the dew point, the higher the air temperature, the hotter it feels. And so that's why I said we're not really acclimated to this kind of heat yet. You need to pay attention to your body if you're going to be working outside. If you start to get some tinglies or feeling lightheaded, drink plenty of water, go inside, take a couple extra breaks, get some AC. Because you got to listen to your bodies. You know, your body knows what it's doing more than I do. Right? So here's Sunday. So watch this. Let me go back to today. There's today's. And watch the red expand towards the plateau, a little bit more into Upper East Tennessee. Tomorrow, and that's going to be the story. It keeps going. Monday, we're at 97 to 100 degrees for heat index value. We're going to be pushing over 100 degrees near heat advisory criteria Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe Friday. And these numbers may be conservative. Dew points are coming up, so that's that uncomfortable feel. If you work outside this next week, again, the week or even this weekend, again, you just got to practice that heat safety, really. All right, here's the story. High pressure, a dome of high pressure. That big blue bubble of no trouble is what I like to call it. That it just lingers like a bad date. And the longer it lingers, here's the other caveat. Watch this. So the longer it lingers, the more moisture we start to evaporate out of the soil. And the more moisture we evaporate out of the soil, even if dew points are coming up, it allows the air temperatures to come up. Dry air heats up faster than moist air. And so when you have a lot of moisture at the surface of the earth, it still comes up. And, we measure our temperature right there at the surface, basically, right? And so we have that moisture just lingering around the surface. But the more days that we don't have rain and the hotter it gets, the more the ground saturation or the moisture out of the ground evaporates and the ground becomes drier, therefore allowing our temperatures to become hotter. See, so much different scientific stuff going on with the weather. You have to look at ground temperatures and soil temperatures and moisture and all these things. All right, I don't typically like to put a 10% chance on a 7-day forecast, okay? And I think that's just a kind of a general rule of thumb in broadcast meteorology, really. Like, great, 10%. The only reason I added it is because we do have a chance for maybe a pop-up shower or thunderstorm across the plateau and the mountains almost each and every day, but it doesn't necessarily happen. And this is your rainfall outlook over the next 7 days. So you can see how the plateau and the mountains will likely have the best opportunity or chance or threat, depending on your day of the week. How's your day treating you? For seeing maybe a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. But you can see how the valley locations, we're not going to see much. So therefore, each and every day that goes on, or we progress each and every day, the soil moisture moves and evaporates, and so therefore the air temperatures heat up. So these are actually conservative high temperatures. I'm going to go slowly. Some models are indicating that maybe we could hit maybe 96 to 98 Tuesday and Wednesday. 98 possibly on Wednesday. So I'll be adjusting those temperatures, maybe staying at 97 on Thursday. I've dropped it down to 95. But either way, 95, 96, 97, 98. What's the difference at this point of the game? And it's going to continue to linger through maybe the end of the month and the 1st of July. And does it keep going into the first week of July? Yeah, maybe. The signals are there. Now we start to lose some of those signals of maybe the probabilities aren't going to be quite there, so maybe not. But definitely something to watch. And as we round out June and head into the 4th of July, of course, we continue to get into the dog days of summer, and it is definitely going to feel like the dog days of summer. All right, I want to take it back outside, show you a live look in Anderson County again here. This is downtown Clinton because we have the fog, but you can see the sunshine on the top right-hand side of the screen going, come on, fog. I'm going to get you. No. But if you want to hit the lakes, let's take you to Fort Loudon. How about this one? Woo, that's a gorgeous view. That's Fort Loudon Dam on the far right-hand side of the screen. We'll take you to, how about this one? Anybody going to be taking off out of Fox Road Marina or Concord Marina right there in the distance? So this camera's at Fox Road Marina in West Knoxville, but you can see Concord right there in the center of your screen, right there. That's Concord Marina. So great place to do some paddleboarding, and a lot of boats come in and out of there. Katrina says, it's just going to be steamy hot. Yes, my friend. Yes, it is. Shall we? We've got a lot of national holidays to talk about. I glanced at them here just moments ago. So let's get our dance on, shall we? There we go, Katrina. There we go, my friend. Hey, by the way, Katrina, are you hitting the lakes this weekend? Are you hitting Cherokee? I think you go to Cherokee. I think that's where you go. It should be a perfect lake weekend to enjoy your pontoon boat. And I think Aaron likes to lay out. So, Aaron, there we go. Brian's joining us from Pensacola, Florida. Kathy, are you back in town or are you still on vacation? Is Kathy back in town or still on vacation? All right, let's move right along, shall we? I get stuck on the chat sometimes, and the music just keeps playing. Let me fix this little camera view here again. That little top left little radar, just for some reason, keeps glitching on me. There we go. All right, so it's June 21st, so we're celebrating birthdays and events. Anybody have a birthday today? Any events going on? We got the farmers markets going on, of course, in downtown Knoxville. Great farmers market. If you've never been to that, that's a good one. Good morning, Scotty. How are you this morning, my friend? There we go. A lot of people don't realize that the Smokies are a temperate rainforest. They are. There we go. Great idea, Janet. Check in on your elderly. If you have elderly neighbors or pets, make sure their AC's working. Bring your pets in. Make sure they have shade and lots of water. Last day at the beach. It's always bittersweet, isn't it, Kathy? All right. Birthdays and events. National Wagyu Day. Wagyu Day. Whatever you want to call it. Anybody ever have Wagyu beef? Like a $500 little piece of meat. Anybody? I've been dying to try it. Now, I know you can kind of get the cheaper version, not the real version. But I don't know. It's supposed to be tender, juicy, amazing. It's National Smoothie Day. I love smoothies. I like protein shakes and smoothies. We used to make them all the time. They're so good. All right, it's Summer's Giving, Saturday after the summer solstice. Do you know what this is about? Have you ever heard of this? Sounds like a great weekend at Norris. Indeed it is. Sorry I didn't text you back yesterday, Seth. We were running around town busy. All right, I'll text you here in a little bit, though. Summer's Giving, Saturday after summer solstice. On this Saturday after the summer solstice, gather your friends and family to celebrate Summer's Giving. This sounds fun. This day is designed to combine all the fun of summer with the America's favorite Thanksgiving food. Wait, hold on a second. Now let's keep going. It's a celebration of life, rooted in gratitude to be shared with friends and food that make life fun. Everyone has a favorite holiday of food or tradition. Luckily, Summer's Giving provides the opportunity to bring them all together under the sun and stars for one big celebration. Make a feast and share the dishes that mean celebration with a broader crowd of friends and family. Let the joy and fun memories grow year after year. All right, that sounds fun. So you don't have to do Thanksgiving food, of course, or Christmas food, but we can do a Summer's Giving celebration and share it with our friends. Sounds fun. Listen, it's the first weekend of summer. It's going to be a hot weekend in summer. And, well, National Arizona Day is today. National Arizona Day, and they're like talking temperatures. Well, they've had temperatures in the triple digits already down in Phoenix and Tucson and all those places. It's National Day of the Gong. Gong. I don't have a deep enough voice for that. It's National Selfie Day. All right, everybody grab their phones, unless you're watching on the phone, and take a selfie of this screen right here and upload it through Witcher's Pictures. You do it, the best selfie will win an East Tennessee Weather, an East Tennessee Weather tumbler. I've only got a couple more left. You want an East Tennessee tumbler? Send me your selfie. Upload it through Witcher's Pictures using the East Tennessee Weather app, or you can log on to or you can email me, mike@easttnweather.com. We'll have an update tomorrow. So if you're looking for a free tumbler, send me your selfie. All right, go skateboarding day. Any skateboarders out there? I used to be a little bit of a Tony Hawk back in the day. I had an Iron Maiden skateboard. It was amazing. But I never really was that good. National Daylight Appreciation Day. Well, I'll appreciate that. Let's talk about that. National Daylight Appreciation Day on June 21st recognizes the summer solstice, the longest day of daylight in the Northern Hemisphere, of course, and encourages people to celebrate the many benefits of the sun. There we go. We've got many benefits of the sun. We actually had some fresh basil and mint and cucumbers from the garden not too long ago. So the garden is going slowly but surely. We had to navigate our tomato plants. They were getting out of control already. All right, so it's National Peaches and Cream Day. I'm going to give a big shout out to that. Like, seriously, like one of my favorite things in the world. I love blueberries and cream, peaches and cream, strawberries and cream. Oh. But my waistline, not so much. It's World Martini Day. Any martini drinkers out there? I'm not really much of a martini drinker. I think if I were, it would need to be extra, 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 extra super dirty. Like, just pour a little bit of vodka and some olive, like a little bit of vodka and a lot of olive juice, right? Anyways, those are your national holidays. I told you we had a lot, so let's fire away in the chat. You got a new sprinkler for your garden. There we go. But the kids in the neighborhood like it. Best $5 ever spent at Dollar Tree. There we go. Good morning, Edwin. How are you this morning? Smoothies are good, aren't they? Ruth says, Oak Ridge Flea Market. Come see us. Awesome. It is hot in Pensacola. It is Florida, right? Oh, there we go. Ready for the lake, ladies and gentlemen? I think so. So let's take you back outside to another beautiful lake view. There it is. Let's go back to a different one. I need more lake cameras. Here we go. Let's go back out to this one. This is a good one. This is a good one right here. Fort Loudon Dam. Every once in a while, you'll see boaters out there hanging out, peaches and cream. Do you get your peaches down in Georgia? Sorry, little Justin Bieber there. Chick-fil-A has a peach shake on the menu again. Nice. That sounds amazing. Are you a heavy metal guy? No, not even close to a heavy metal guy. But I did have an Iron Maiden skateboard back in the day. Never could get into heavy metal, my friend. I like everything probably but heavy metal. And you have to be in the mood, but yeah. Although I almost did go see Primus back in the day. Are they considered heavy metal? I don't know if Primus is considered. Maybe. Let's see. We got Miranda joining us this morning. Good morning. Lucas, what's up, buddy? How are you? Good morning, Mike. Going to be a scorcher, it seems. No doubt. Oh, you want to look at pictures, do we? Shall we see if we have any new pictures? Sorry about that, Carcane. We will check in and see if we've gotten any. I think we did get a couple new ones. We did. Oh, we got great new ones. All right, let's share some photos this morning. So stick around. Let's fire away. We're going to keep that camera up on screen. So I showed you the fog yesterday. We've got, let's see, Bryce Carter. Nice. I used to work with Bryce over at the TV station. Oh, Bryce, your little cute little daughter. You're all like growing up in the world, Bryce. That is awesome. This is Bryce's daughter who I used to work with. And he's at 38 with the family. And she is adorable, Bryce. We also have Ash Stafford. Good friends with him as well, actually. Wedding day at Destin, Florida with, I think he said, with my daughter. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, that's a good picture there. I love it. I love it, Ash. That's a great photo. Thanks for sharing your photos with me. I really do appreciate it. You know, listen, I talked about last night being a solid Friday night fire pit night. And so Luke says, well, Mike says it's a good night for a bonfire, so let's make a bonfire. And lo and behold, we've got it on. What you watching off in the distance there, buddy? That's a sweet backyard. I want this backyard, man. Where's the invite? That's what I'm talking about. All right, so that was sent in by Luke. We've got one from Lisa. She said, Friday morning sunrise in Pigeon Forge. We've got a lot of these on there. I'm going to try to get a lot more of these on online as well, but we'll be posting. I've been posting a lot more of these to social to really highlight your views because I think it's amazing. Here's an amazing view. Here's Carcane's. Carcane, this is what you were waiting for, isn't it? Sunrise this morning in Maryville. Well, now that is making its way to social media for sure, my friend. That is what East Tennessee is all about. Wait for it. Boom. Look at that. Woo! Lucas. No, that's Carcane. Carcane. That is amazing. Let's see if we've got another one. Ross Hargis. He's got a nice little sunrise peeking through there from the bedroom in, from his security cameras there. And we've got Ruth Smith live Saturday. Oh, there we go, Ruth. Now, listen, you are following directions perfectly. I love it. You're watching live. Looks like you're watching. Are you watching on Facebook? You're watching on Facebook here. Let's get that one on camera. So Ruth is doing it just right. And I love your Jesus hat. How about that? Ruth says, selfie watching us. There we go. Love it, Ruth. Big shout out to you this morning. So we're going to do a selfie contest. If you want an East Tennessee weather umbrella, not an umbrella. I keep saying umbrella. I don't know why I'm saying umbrella. We don't need an umbrella today. But if you want an East Tennessee weather tumbler, boop, there we go. Get rid of the. Submit your photo through Witcher's Pictures using the East Tennessee Weather app, or email me, mike@easttnweather.com. Title it. And if you send in a photo through my email, make sure you put your address. I need your address in case you win. So name, address, and title it. Title it selfie. Title it selfie. Send me an email, and let's see if we can't get you an awesome free East Tennessee weather tumbler. Thanks for sharing the photos. Absolutely. Carcane, you live in a beautiful part of East Tennessee. Absolutely beautiful. I just made strawberry shortcakes the other day, loaded with Cool Whip. But have you ever had fresh homemade Cool Whip? Did you make it homemade, Julie? Hopefully you did, because that is like the only way to go. Looking like it's going to be a pool day while watching the Smokers today. Tom, you getting ready for a big event, are you? Scotty's going to send a selfie. All right, let's see it, buddy. Hasn't come through yet. Takes a while sometimes to upload them through the link itself. But again, hopefully you have the East Tennessee Weather app. If you don't, scan that QR code. Download it today. On patrol live today. Nice. Let's see. What else we got? You're welcome, Lisa. And good morning, Teresa. How are you this morning? Hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful day as well. It's going to be a gorgeous day. Great day to get outside. Those selfies haven't come through yet, but they will populate through the day today. We'll be posting some of these amazing photos on social media. That's what's great about Witcher's Pictures is it comes right to me. We can share them quickly and easily. It doesn't get lost in the slew of Facebook land. But definitely going to be a fantastic day. So I hope you have a chance to get out and enjoy. The kids and I, we have a retirement party to go to. Another big shout out to Miles Menser. You ever seen Menser's Tree Services here in town? He started that business years ago. Well, he's retired now. We're going to be attending that. Let's see. Some of you maybe remember Allison from Wivik, W-I-V-K. Yeah, that's her husband, by the way. We're going to be hanging out with them today. Later on, maybe hitting the pool. Tomorrow, I'm going to be taking the kids to... we're going to take the kids to the lake. and do some paddle boarding. So we are going to hit the lake a little bit, hopefully. Going to be doing a church catering for 60 people. 60 people, easy day. Tom, sometimes I can't even barely get through the night trying to feed my 2 kids. All right, my friends, I'll see you back here for Wake Up with Witcher tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, Sunday morning, for a live weather update. Some fun, some pictures, selfies. Still haven't come through yet. But hopefully we get those soon. Email me, Mike at easttnweather.com. Mike at easttnweather.com. Send me your selfie because it's National Selfie Day. The best selfie will win an East Tennessee Weather tumbler. And if it's really good, like amazingly good, maybe an umbrella. Just throwing it out there. Send me your best selfie. So, Ruth, I know you sent me a selfie with the broadcast. Guess what? I'm going to give you another order. Send me your best, most amazing selfie. I don't care when it was from. It doesn't have to be today. All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow, and we'll highlight some of those selfies on the broadcast tomorrow morning. If you're joining on the app and you joined in late, I'll send you back to the 24-hour weather channel, and your forecast will come up in just a moment. Have a great day. Be safe. Be kind to each other. Life is short. See you tomorrow.